So Emma, thanks for helping me out with this demonstration. And for this demonstration, what we're going to work with is something that for you is like a strong emotional state, something that you find you get into, or maybe a certain sort of event, or maybe even a certain person puts you into, and you feel like you kind of lose, not exactly control, but you feel like it kind of takes over a little bit. It's quite strong. You'd rather not feel that way. You'd rather have more control over it. And you don't have to think about a specific example of it, but just in general, what would be an emotional state that for you would like to be maybe lower in intensity, or that you'd like to feel more control over?
I think I could only, well, I am thinking of a specific example. It's when people I'm close to push me into a corner, or make me so I sort of feel divided loyalties. I feel if I don't do this, then I'm going to upset them, but if I do that, then that's better for me, and being in a position of conflict. Yeah. Okay,
I understand. And the way that I'm going to do this is I'm going to be touching you on the shoulders. Is that okay with you?
Yeah, sure.
So when you talk about that divided loyalties, the conflict, just tell me a little bit more about that, would you?
Yeah, there are situations sometimes in life where I feel I'm a peacemaker, and I like people to be happy. I hate conflict, and so I want to please other people, but not increasingly as I get older, not at the expense of my own happiness, as it were.
So tell me a little bit more about the conflict and how that feels when that happens.
I think it's just feeling stuck and feeling sort of helpless, and sometimes quite exacerbated and irritated by not being able to resolve it in a way that pleases everybody. So, yeah.
Okay, so you said stuck, and what was the other thing you said?
Exacerbated. Is that the right word?
Exasperated?
Exasperated, that's the one.
You said stuck, and then you said something else in between.
And irritated.
Irritated.
Yeah.
Stuck and irritated and exasperated, and like there's nothing that you can do that pleases everybody.
That's right.
And can you just describe physically what that feels like, if you remember a time when this has happened? What's the physical sensation?
It's a bit sort of visceral in the sense it's kind of, anxiety, but in the stomach, really.
And when you made that sort of sound, it's making me think there's maybe a tightness around that, or?
Yes, I think
what is
so.
That like?
It's unexpressed irritation, I suppose.
Irritation, right. So that irritation is sort of building up in here, in your sort of pit of your stomach, or sort of somewhere in your chest, and it's is it hot or a cold feeling?
Hot.
Hot. So it's hot, and it's and I can feel it sort of here. It's sort of like a lump rising. It's like a hot, heavy, and I can see you sort of seem to be just going a little bit pink there in the face. So do you find that that's something that happens as well? Does it start to sort of display this feeling of stuck and irritated?
It would do if I'm put on the spot.
Right.
Yeah.
So if you're really put on the spot by somebody, you're put into this position of conflict.
I feel heat rising.
Right. Yeah, I can see you getting warmer. I can really feel that lump here. So, all right, wonderful. So, what I'd like to do instead, and again, I really appreciate you helping me with the video and helped me to demonstrate this. And I know that you've put some effort into getting ready for it, so that we're giving a good demonstration, as it were, I suppose. So thank you for that. What would be a time, something that happens in your life that you really look forward to, something that you get really excited about, something really enjoyable that you really look forward to? What would be an example of that?
Say going away for a weekend or a holiday.
Going away for a weekend, like a holiday.
Yeah.
What is it about that's exciting for you?
It's the break from the norm, I think.
Ah.
Yeah.
sort of break from them. So, and when does this feeling start? Does it start when you book it, or when you're packing, or when you get there, or?
Probably, well, you know when it's in the diary, but it's still a way off then, not really then. But as we get closer, like within 2 weeks or 1 week, it's like, oh yeah.
And so you start it, so when you're sort of doing your everyday work,
yes,
you're starting to see it in the diary.
That's right, yes.
So you can see it there, and it.
Yeah.
What would it say in the diary? Would it have the kind of name of the place you were going to? Or?
Yes, it would, yeah, rather than, a weekend away. It would say the name of the place.
And how would you describe the feeling that this gives you?
Seeing the place. Well, the anticipation.
Yeah. How would you describe this feeling of anticipation?
Well, you start to form a picture in your head of what it's going to be like. You sort of, and then I might sort of go on the internet and look at pictures of the place.
Wow. So you're starting to kind of imagine what it's going to be like when you're there?
Yeah.
And again, I'm guessing you get a feeling when you think about this, when you see the pictures, when you start to imagine it.
Yes.
And I'm sensing there's a feeling up here somewhere, but it's quite high. It's like a bubbling sort of feeling.
Excitement sort of here.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
So it's kind of excitement, a pleasant feeling, and as the date gets closer, as that comes closer in your diary, does the feeling get stronger?
Oh yeah.
And then what happens on the day itself when you're ready to sort of start packing and set off?
I suppose, I don't know really. It's kind of the irritation, there's that word again, about having to make sure, the cat's looked after, have I packed everything, thinking, oh, I've got my toothbrush, I've got the, and it's all these things. That's the annoying bit. I just want to be there.
So that's all done?
Yeah.
And you're in the car on the way there?
Oh yeah.
How's that feeling?
That's good. No, that's good. Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah.
All right, good. Wonderful. So, so in a moment I'm going to do something that might seem a little bit strange, but it's okay. Whatever happens is totally normal. And all I want you to do, if it's okay with you, is just relax and just notice whatever happens, and take all the time that you need to make sense of any sort of feelings that you get, any sort of ideas, images that pop into your mind, anything at all. And just take your time. There's no rush, and just take time to kind of get your head around it in whatever way feels right for you. And this, this won't take very long, because it's quite a warm day, isn't it? And
it is.
It's a warm day, and the room's getting warmer, and we're both dressed for summer, which is just nice in this country to have a lovely bit of summer.
Yeah.
And what do you notice when I do that?
Well, it feels much. I feel like I've been balanced. That was a really strange. That was very strange, actually. It sort of felt like you did that to a certain extent on my shoulders, balancing, but I actually do feel like, oof, there's a slight lift in my mood, if you like. Yeah, that was weird. Yeah.
And what happens now if you try to imagine one of those conflict situations that you were talking about, feeling sort of put upon or cornered? What do you notice about that?
Well, I certainly feel, the thing that I'm thinking about, I certainly feel a bit more chilled about it as we sit here right now. So yes, it's sort of, I feel more balanced. That's the best word I can use to describe it.
And when is your next kind of trip away from your normal routine?
Couple of days' time.
And how are you feeling about that?
Yeah, I can't wait.
All right, excellent. So the good feeling, the good excitement is still there.
Yeah.
But that old feeling of the conflict, the put upon, the stuck, that's diminished.
Diminished, yeah, that's the word. Yeah.
Wonderful. Okay. Thank you so much for your help and for sharing the examples with us.
You're welcome. Well, it feels much. I feel like I've been balanced. That was a really strange. That was very strange, actually. It sort of felt like you did that to a certain extent on my shoulders, balancing, but I actually do feel like, oof, there's a slight lift in my mood, if you like. Yeah, that was weird. Yeah. Well, I certainly feel the thing that I'm thinking about. I certainly feel a bit more chilled about it as we sit here right now. So yes, there's sort of. I feel more balanced. That's the best word I can use to describe it.